This is Retro Screamers again, and we're going to talk about 1992. Do you remember when G2 first came out, the toys?
I remember when G2 hit because it was just when I started working at KB Toys, actually, when I was 16. And I thought, oh my god, Transformers are back on the shelves again. That was the coolest thing.
I remember hearing about them coming out, that they were going to be coming out. Because how I found out about them was, now this is a true story.
Okay.
In the early 90s, whenever I was in high school, I went to the library, did some research, and got the information for Sunbow.
Oh.
And I actually wrote them, and they gave me, I showed Tony the packet of it. They sent me a packet with all the contacts for all the voice actors, and they sent me for the agencies.
Right.
And then they said, well, this is going to be coming out in another year, so you're going to have some more Transformers coming out. And
wow.
Big Daddy's going to say hello again. He remembers the 90s. But I remember Sunbow had warned me about it. And then I started seeing the commercials, and I told my mom, you know what, I got to get these soon as they come out. And Jazz, this is actually one Tony picked up a while back, but Jazz was one of the toys I got in 92.
See, and I vividly remember the CGI cartoon that came out, not the original cartoon, but the commercials and the intros and the outros. And then, of course, you had the big talking Optimus Prime head to the one kid that he was telling stories to. But you got G1 molds back out again in funky colors. But you got them out.
They were cool. And you could also get the Dinobots, which was kind of disappointing for me that they didn't have a swoop.
Yeah, they came out with what was it, Grimlock, Sludge, and not Slag.
They didn't have Snarl, did they? No, they did have Snarl.
Right, but it was Slag they didn't come out with, Slag and Swoop.
Slag and Swoop.
You got 3 of the 5. But that's okay. We still had Transformer toys, and it bridged the gap. There was a time when we didn't have toys.
Yeah. And then we had that cartoon that was going on at that time with the Cybercube.
Yes.
Do you remember that?
Yep.
I had my mom recording every episode. I'd be at work, and I'd say, are you recording that for me, the Cybercube?
Yeah. And they would re-edit it and have, edits into the episode of different scenes from other episodes into it. And
yeah, you know what? All the releases they've done of the DVDs now, they've never actually had one of those episodes to remind people of what they had before any of this cool stuff came out again. I mean, can you imagine having to watch? And I bet you anything, Tony's got some VHS tapes with the Cybercube on it. But
I think we have to dig those up sometime.
Yeah, we'll have to dig those up and have Tony watch them with us.
Yes. And
now we're going to go on to the next project of the 12 Days of Christmas Memories.
Oh, can't wait.